Welcome to Laughing Headlines, your go-to source for the most thought-provoking, and yes, even laugh-out-loud commentary on current events. Today, we're diving into a hot topic: the Planting for Food and Jobs program. Is it the agricultural game changer the government promised, or just another political gimmick? Join me as we take a hard look at Ghana's reliance on ECOWAS food aid despite all the lofty promises. Could this be a temporary setback, or are we witnessing the collapse of a dream? Stick around, there will be no sugarcoating here. We serve the facts with a side of wit, and maybe even a sprinkle of sarcasm, because hey, sometimes you just have to laugh to keep from crying. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more juicy headlines with a humorous twist. Let's get started. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture MOFA of Ghana has received 500 tons of cereals from the ECOWAS Regional Food Security Reserve. The consignment, consisting of maize, rice, millet, and sorghum, will be distributed to 8 regions affected by prolonged dry spells that have disrupted crop production. These regions are Northern, Upper East, Northeast, Savannah, Upper West, Bono East, and Odi. The dry spells, which were predicted by the Ghana Meteorological Agency, have turned into near drought conditions in some areas, with the northern region being the hardest hit. To mitigate the situation, ECOWAS Representative Charles Niai highlighted the need for additional storage facilities in northern Ghana to store more grains for future use. Dr. Brian Akimpong, the Minister of Food and Agriculture, mentioned that Ghana has requested an additional 10,000 tons of cereals and has secured 34,000 tons of rice to complement the aid. He also announced plans to build larger warehouses to ensure better food security and support for farmers during dry seasons. And that got us thinking, where is the Planting for Food and Jobs?
Titled Planting for Food and Jobs, a failed dream or a temporary setback. In a country where the government proudly touts its flagship Planting for Food and Jobs (PFJ) program, the recent arrival of 500 tons of cereals from ECOWAS is nothing short of a national embarrassment. After all, why would a nation boasting about its agricultural prowess and self-sufficiency rely on external food aid to survive? The dry spell has exposed the cracks in a program that many believed would transform Ghana into the breadbasket of West Africa. Instead, we are left grappling with the reality that our food security is more precarious than ever. For years, Ghanaians have been fed glowing reports of the PFJ program with promises of abundant harvests, job creation, and a boost to the agricultural sector. Yet, here we are returning to ECOWAS for emergency food supplies to prevent hunger in 8 regions. Has the program been nothing more than political lip service? Where is the resilience promised by PFJ? If indeed the initiative had been implemented effectively, shouldn't Ghana have had enough food reserves to cater to its citizens during this temporary dry spell? The government has blamed unpredictable weather patterns. But let's face it, climate change and erratic rainfall are not new phenomena. What was the contingency plan for such a scenario? The irony is palpable. Dr. Brian Akimpong, the Minister of Food and Agriculture, recently announced a request for an additional 10,000 tons of cereals to supplement the 100,000 tons already received. Is this the same country that once dreamt of exporting surplus food to its neighbors? How can we talk about being a leader in agriculture when we are scrambling for food aid? Critics might argue that these are temporary setbacks, but the question remains: how sustainable is a program if a few months of drought can bring an entire agricultural sector to its knees? Moreover,
how has the government's lack of investment in proper storage and facilities exacerbated the issue? Even ECOWAS Representative Charles Niai pointed out the urgent need for more warehouses in northern Ghana. The government's vision of silos in every region might sound like a long-term solution, but for now, the damage is done. It's easy to blame the weather, but what Ghanaians need are results. The food aid might keep the situation under control for now, but it doesn't erase the bitter taste of a failed agricultural dream. This situation raises serious questions about accountability and transparency in the PFJ program. Was the initiative truly as successful as it was portrayed, or has it been plagued by inefficiencies and mismanagement? As we thank ECOWAS for stepping in during our time of need, we must also reflect on the government's responsibility to ensure that this never happens again. The promise of food security is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Ghanaians deserve better than temporary solutions and political promises that crumble under pressure. The government's Planting for Food and Jobs initiative is hanging by a thread, and the sooner we have an honest conversation about its failures, the sooner we can find real solutions for the future. Until then, we're left questioning, was the PFJ ever truly for the people, or just another political stunt?
And that brings an end to this episode of Laughing Headlines. We've dissected the claims, questioned the promises, and thrown in some much-needed humor along the way. Is Ghana's Planting for Food and Jobs program failing, or can it bounce back? Time will tell, but we'll be here to cover every twist and turn, with laughs to lighten the load. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, no matter how serious the news gets, there's always room for a little comic relief. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Laughing Headlines, so you don't miss the next big topic that's bound to spark some controversy and laughter. Until next time, keep questioning, keep laughing, and stay informed.